Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're a DAIWA fan like me, you're going to be really excited for what I'm about to show you. And I've been waiting for this reel to come out for quite a while now, but we finally have one in our hands, and it's the all new DAIWA Saltiga 2023 spinning reels. Now, we have a 6000 XH that I'm showing you here, and I have to say, first impressions of this reel is DAIWA have absolutely nailed it. Like, honestly, I reckon this is probably one of the nicest fishing reels I've ever picked up. They've just absolutely nailed this reel. I'm so excited to get out there and actually really give one of these a good punishing. But you know, just feeling it in the store, you just know they've nailed it. You know, it really is. It's hard to describe, but really excited to get out and give one of these a crack. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I picked up this reel, just how well everything flows on the reel. So there's no screw holes that you can see. Everything is clean. We have the new air drive system, so we have the air drive bail. So everything's just hidden. You know, you can't see a screw hole on the reel. Everything's clean, it flows, and I just think it's the evolution of fishing reels, right? So, you know, as fishing reels continue to evolve and just get better and better, you know, right now this is the peak, the pinnacle of spinning reels. And, you know, DAIWA, I reckon you've created a winner here. So guys, let's have a bit more of an in-depth look into this reel. I'll tell you my opinion of it. I've fished Saltigas for a fair number of years now. I've fished all the models, and you know, they've been some of my favorite reels. And I think this new range of 2023 Saltigas, I think these are going to take the cake for me. But guys, let's get stuck into it and have a bit of a look at it. First things first, and we have the new air drive system. So we first saw this on Exist, and it's carried over onto Saltiga now. So we have an aluminium rotor, if you can see that there, with that new flowing air drive system. So the biggest thing with this is it reduces weight of the reel, but it reduces the inertia to begin the reel, to start spinning with the reel. So that's one thing that you definitely notice. Like right now, this is a extra high speed reel, and it is extremely easy to get going and to get moving. The inertia is minimal. Generally with high speed reels, you know, there's a little bit more, well, extra high speed reels, there's a bit more inertia to actually get that handle spinning. But that's one thing that this air drive system really has helped with. You really wouldn't know that it's an extra high speed reel just by how easy it is to turn that handle. Now you can see it's just effortless. And that's that air drive system working. One thing, like I was saying, again, it just makes the flow of the reel so nice. So, you know, there's no sharp edges on the reel. It's just all nice, smooth flowing. No screw holes anywhere in that rotor that you can see. It's just a nice, really well designed rotor. Now, another thing that I really like about this as well is the bail. So if you have a look at the bail here, no external screws. We have one screw on the inside of the bail roller, or on the bail wire, which, you know, it's hidden. It's not going to get in the way. Everything is nice and clean, and just, you know, again, you know, there's not going to be any line getting caught anywhere on that bail wire. It's just a nice, clean, simple design, and really flows well with the reel. Now, with all of DAIWA's top end reels, we've got the MQ body design and gear set. Now, this reel has no side plate. It just has a side that essentially is the cover. So, you know, with previous models like the DAIWA, the last Saltiga that was on the market, you know, you had the side plate with the 3 or 4 screws in it. Well, that's completely gone. We've pretty much got the same design as Saltiga 2020 with the monocoque body. It's a one-piece body design, makes the reel a lot more rigid. They fit a bigger gear set into the reel, and overall this gear design is stronger, it stays smoother for longer, and it just bloody lasts. So another thing that I really like about this reel is the oversized drag knob. Now you can see it takes up a fair amount of the spool, so there's no fumbling when you hook on a decent fish. Really easy to adjust that drag. You know, that thing is super easy to make micro adjustments or make a really large adjustment if you need to. But oversized drag knob, that's a bonus. And another thing that I really like is the sound of the drag. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear this, but big improvement over the previous model reels. That thing, it sounds sexy, it sounds loud. That's going to get you excited when you hook a big fish and it's just taking a stack of line. Taking the spool off, you can see the spool is supported underneath by a ball bearing. So that ball bearing there, when a fish is absolutely smoking your line, just keeps your drag super smooth, keeps the spool supported. We also have, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this here, but we also have a little seal under there, so the drag is sealed from above and from below. Oversized clicker, so if we can see there, the clicker is nice, heavy duty, real thick wire. And again, guys, the reel's just, you can see there's just bugger all places for salt water to really get into the reel. It's just a nice, clean, easy to clean reel, and just minimal places for salt water and corrosion to build up in. So I think they really have done a great job on this reel. I'll give you a quick look at the spool. So this is a 6000 XH that we have here. Now the 6000 spool holds an absolute stack of line. They do say on the side of the spool the 6000 holds 300 meters of PE3, but depends on what braid that you put on, because there is a bit of variation in some of the braid sizes, but it's not unusual to fit up to 350 meters on a 6000 size reel. But again, that's the spool. We've got the cutouts on the side just to save a bit of weight. Nice, simple, good quality drag, but that's the spool. Now I just want to give you a bit more of a better look at that monocoque designed body. So again, as you can see, this cover comes off, it unscrews, and that essentially is the side plate. There is no little screw holes holding that in. Just a nice one-piece body design, and again you can see just how well that whole reel flows. At nearly no screw holes in the reel, just a nice clean design for the Saltiga 2023. They really have done a good job of making a smaller version of that Saltiga 2020, the big brother. Pretty much it just feels like they've minimized it, so they've done a really good job at making a heavy duty small reel for light tackle applications. Now these are available in a 4000, a 5000 and a 6000. So for Australian fishing, we use these reels all the time, and pretty much, like, I'd say 80% of my fishing is done with this size reel. So I'm super excited to get out there and really give one of these a good crack. Now the drag on this reel is quite impressive. So the 4000s actually produce 12 kilos of drag, and the 5000 and the 6000s produce up to 15 kilos of drag. And the drag is super smooth. That's one thing I've noticed just with playing with it. You can crank that drag right up and it's really smooth, and it really does have a lot of pressure. And realistically, on a reel this small, you're never going to be fishing that amount of drag pressure. And but I guess the reality as well is most of the rods that you're going to fish these reels on probably can't cope with that amount of drag pressure, but the reel has it, and I think it does it really well because it's very smooth. And right now I've got a lot of drag pressure on that drag, and you can lock it up. Like, if you look at that, that's totally locked, but it's still really smooth. So stacks of drag pressure, that's one thing with these small reels. You're not going to have to worry about that. You got plenty of drag to stop those big fish that you're going to hook on this thing. Anyway guys, overall thoughts on this reel. I mean, I'm sure if you're still hanging around at this point of the video, you can tell I think I've got my new favorite fishing reel. I think they've nailed it. I think they've done a great job. Can't really fault it, and really all I have to do now is get out there and go and fish one for myself. With a lot of DAIWA's new products, I do test a lot of their new products that are coming out, and I gotta say, like, their gear just continues to get better and better. And if you're a DAIWA fan, I'm telling you now, you are gonna absolutely love one of these reels. So all I can say is this is going to be an extremely popular reel. Okay, so we've had an absolute stack of pre-orders for this reel. What I would do, I would suggest, if you want to get your hands on one, get online at TackleWest.com.au, order one for yourself before these things sell out, because the moment all of the stock arrives, they're going to sell out. So get your hands on one at TackleWest.com.au. When they arrive, come in store, bloody have a bit of a feel, but you're going to want to get yourself one of these. So that's the all new DAIWA Saltiga 2023 6000XH, the ultimate spinning reel.